What's up YouTube, I am Figures here. Today I'm bringing you a review of the SH Figuarts event exclusive color edition Beerus. I'm just trying to get the camera set up so you guys can see everything. Alright, everything looks good. Alright, so here I have the original Beerus as well as the event exclusive. They look almost identical. This, if you couldn't tell, is the event exclusive. The only difference is this is gold here because I actually had the silver version. When the original came out, there were two versions, one with a silver outline around his, I guess, belt thing, and one with a gold one. As you can see, I had the silver one, but the event exclusive, as far as I know, is all gold. Like every single one has the gold outline. So that's nice. It's a nice little change for me because, like I said, I have the silver one, so the gold one, it's a little different. So, you know, it's a slight variation. Nothing, you know, huge, but it's you know, it's a nice little thing to have for my collection because now I can say that I have both color versions. I tried to get them into as you know, identical poses as possible, just so you can see all the similarities and the differences, if you can, you know, if you see them. The main differences, like I said, is this gold here, as well as his I guess collar, I'll call it. I'm not really sure what this piece of apparel would be called, but up here it's a bit more metallic and shiny, whereas this one is more of a matte color, just flat, plain. So yeah, that's those two. Before I jump into the review, I'm going to take a look at the box and accessories like usual. So like I said in my God Goku review, the same applies for this one in Napa. I'm not going to look at the shipper box just because it's the same across all figures that come with them. It's just a brown box that says what the figure is on the top of it. So I'll take a look at the accessories first because the box is this thing, it doesn't really stand on its own. So if I move the box, this is gonna fall. But yeah, let me pick up the camera. I'll take a closer look. So these are all the accessories. It comes with the same exact things that the original release came with. This is his other fist here. And then these two are two holding hands. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be holding. I assume that it's meant for like Whis' staff or maybe like a spoon or something. I don't know. But it doesn't come with anything for him to hold, which you know, is a problem that I had with the original figure as well as this one, because what the hell's the point of having these hands? Like we could have easily got another you know, mold for, like, you know, a different set of hands that would have been a lot more useful than these two. Especially because in the movie, in the anime, I don't remember him ever holding Whis' staff. So if that's what these are meant for, I think that's pretty stupid. That's just my personal opinion, though. Like I said, we could have gotten another set of hands that would have been a lot better. Like maybe a set of hands that look like he's doing a Kamehameha, just so it looks like we can make it look like he's catching a punch or something like that. Yeah, that's my biggest issue with this figure as well as the original. Like, what the hell is the point of these hands? I've never used them once. But then moving on, he does come with two open palm hands for his Ki Blast attacks, so that's nice. But yeah, another difference is on this head. You can see it right there. This head has a teardrop, so it looks like he's yawning. You know, when you yawn, your eyes tear up a bit. So they just added that little detail in there. So it's pretty cool. Kind of a pointless detail, if you ask me, just because it's, you know, it's a teardrop. Like, I mean, it's always cool to get little, you know, more detail. So it's whatever, but it's just like I think they advertise that as like a big difference, but it's kind of just like, okay, he's got it, you know, he's tearing up, like, cool, I guess. But yeah, that's another difference between the figures. The original release, that head doesn't have that teardrop painted on. And this is the box. I'm not gonna go too crazy on it because I did with the God Goku one already, but I'm just gonna reiterate my point. These boxes look fantastic. I love the art style. It's very, very nice. But yeah, this is the front, just, you know, with a window so you can see the figure, and a picture of Beerus, and it says Beerus Event Exclusive Color Edition, with all, you know, the stamps of authenticity and stuff like that. Over here is the side of the box. You can see an image of Beerus. Then on the back is all his information, as well as poses for the character. Then on this side, it just says, again, Beerus Event Exclusive Color Edition. On the top portion of the box, it's just a little window that says SH Figuarts. And on the bottom, it again says Beerus Event Exclusive Color Edition. So yeah, that's that for the box. Let me just put this back here. Get the accessories back so I can have my little background there for the review. Hopefully that doesn't fall over. That's going to be agitating, but it's fine. Okay, so now onto a quick little comparison. I'll do a little 360 view for you guys so you can see all around on both figures. Like I said, I don't know if I said it in this one. I think I said it in the Goku review at the very end. These guys are pretty much identical. They're the same. It's the same exact figure, almost the same exact paint too. It's just slightly different. I don't even know if the color of the blue is different. I think they just added, like on his pants, I think they just added more shading. I think the color is pretty much is the same. As you can see here, like it's still that, like they didn't shade right here, and it looks pretty much the same. It might be a little darker, but it looks the same. But yeah, on this one, it's just they did a lot more shading on the legs, which I do like. I am a fan of whenever they put shading on figures. I think it just adds to it a lot. So it's nice. His shoes are slightly different colors. It's barely noticeable, but you know, this one is slightly darker brown. This one's a bit more tan. Also, I noticed the tails. I don't know if maybe it's just my event exclusive one. It looks like it doesn't come to as much of a point as the original release. If you can see there. Yeah, the original release is more of like more of a curve, and it's a little more extended, it looks like, and it comes to more of a point than this one does. So that's just a very tiny little detail difference between the two. I'm gonna bring them both up close so you can hopefully see the difference between the faces. There's not a huge difference. It's just the eyes on the event exclusive. It looks like they added a little, what's the word? An outline, around the top of the eye. Whereas on this one, it's just the under part of the eye that's outlined. The top part is not. And the yellow is a bit different. I think the eyes are just a bit more refined. I think that's the same through the 3 event exclusives that I picked up. I think the eyes are just a bit more refined. Like I said, the detail is just a bit more, you know, there. But yeah. Oh, and I don't know if you could tell the difference between their collar pieces, but I'll bring them up close again. You can see the one in this hand on the left is a bit more metallic and shiny, whereas this one, the original release, is not. So those are the differences between these two. So that's that. I'm gonna set the original aside and jump into the review of this guy. So if you've seen, I can't remember if I did a review on the original one. I think I did. If not, it doesn't really matter. If you've seen either my review on the original or someone else's review on the original, then you've already seen this video. But I'll do it again for you. So this part up here, it does articulate. There's a little it pegs into the back of his shoulder a bit, same as all the other figures. His shoulder comes up about this far, and you know, down all the way. Of course, he does have a bicep swivel, which is always nice, always appreciated. Unfortunately, it does not seem like he has a butterfly joint. I think this was before they really added the butterfly joints. No, okay, maybe not. He has a little one here, like you can kind of move it, but it's not as prominent as the 2.0 molds that they're using now. So for his elbow, comes up really far. It's like that's pretty good range of motion there. For his hands, it's the same as all other SH Figuarts on a little ball peg. You know, you just peg the hand in, then it can move around. Rotates in a full circle as per usual. So there you go. As for his ab crunch, let's see, he can bend down about that far and backwards about that far. Now, if you do bend him back, there is a gap here, which a lot of people aren't a big fan of. For me, it's I'm a little iffy on it. It depends. If it's a huge gap, then I don't really like it. On Beerus, I don't mind because it's not enormous. Like, yeah, you could see like through into the, you could see the peg back there, but it's not a huge gap, so I can you know, put up with it. I did forget to do his head articulation, so let me just do that real quick. He can look up about that far and down about that far with the help of the neck joint that does, and it does, you know, move side to side. He does have a joint in the waist, so you can move the waist around. It's a little tight on this guy, but it's, you know, it's there. So that's nice. For his legs, let's see, he can kick up about that far. Kick back, let me move his tail, and then I'll show tail articulation as well. But he can kick back about that far. Now this is the original 1.0 mold that they used to use for Dragon Ball figures. So if you want more leg articulation, it pulls down and then it'll kick up that much higher and that much, you know, further back. So I wasn't a big fan of how they did that. So I'm glad that they changed up the molds, but it's nice to have a bit more articulation in there when you need it. So quick tail articulation, it just pegs into his back, his butt right there. And then it can rotate all the way around. As you can see, it's sliding out. Yep. So when you rotate it, it comes out a bit, but you can just push it right back in and boom, you're good. And then the tail itself also spins on the peg. So the peg moves, and then the tail itself also moves, and then it can move up and down or side to side depending on how you have the peg positioned. Let me move it out of the way again. I'll jump into his knees. He can kick, his knees kick back about that far, so about 90 degrees. Nothing spectacular, but you know, it's I think it's enough for Beerus. It works. You can definitely get some nice poses in with him. For his feet, they kick down, move down. I don't know why I keep saying kick. They move down about this far and up about that far, and he does have toe articulation, which only comes up about that far. So toe articulation is always nice. Any added points of articulation are always nice because they always help, for the most part at least. But yeah, that's it for articulation. So I'm going to bring the other Beerus in just to continue the side by side, so you guys can take more of a look at that if you want to. So here we are. To conclude this review, I'm just going to give you my opinion on the two. Of course, if you couldn't already tell the way that this review was going, it's definitely not necessary for you to get the event exclusive if you already have the original. If you don't have the original, then by all means go for it. But if you're a big Beerus fan, excuse me, but if you're a big Beerus fan, then, you know, of course, go for it. That's the main reason I picked him up, is because I love Beerus, and I want to set up a Battle of Gods display. So I picked up the event exclusive God Goku and this guy so I can set them up, because I only have one of him, and I have him posed with my Whis, and I didn't want to move all that around. But yeah, so it's really not necessary to get this guy if you already have the original. If you have him, then I would just suggest saving some money, you know, skipping this guy, and just move on to the next. But with all that being said, it is still, of course, a very nice figure. If you do wind up picking him up, you're not going to regret it. You know, it's a solid figure. It's the same as the 1.0 or the original, whatever. I guess they're both technically 1.0s. So everything that you got with this guy, you're getting with this guy, plus a little extra added detail, which is always nice. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it helped you decide whether or not you want to pick them up. You know, if you really like the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you know whenever I upload. And if you didn't like the video, feel free to leave a dislike, of course. I'm not going to stop you from disliking. But I do ask, if you dislike the video, leave a comment, something, just tell me how I can improve. Tell me why you didn't like it. And then I can build off that, and I can really improve these videos for you guys. But yeah, with all that being said, I am going to head out of here. So I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.